Hi, Roses. We have a pick a card today. These are your three piles. You have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3 to choose from. So you can skip ahead. All right, so those are your three piles. And you can go ahead and use your intuition to choose what you feel led to. And I'm going to get started with pile number 1. Hi, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. Okay, so I've been meditating on your energy for a while now. And what I got is your love is not free. Okay, people counted you dead. And then you turned around and turned into an invasive species or something like that. Okay. And the people who thought that they had got rid of you, they're going to see you sprout back up and suddenly find value in you. And that's going to be when you show them who you really are. Like, you're not nice anymore. You can be kind, but you don't have to be nice. You don't have to be a people pleaser. The Hanged Man you have in reverse. You have 8 of Feathers. Okay. And Knight of Candles. So you have the number 12 twice. And you also have 8 in the middle. So I'm seeing things as kind of coming full circle here with you. And also this plant here represents abundance. It's something that if you were to put money by, if you were doing money spells or money magic, you put money by this is a wood spill or wood squill. And it's supposed to make your money grow in abundance. So that's what I feel like this energy is like. You have this aura and presence about you that, and also with this picture, is like many of the same. Well, they look alike. They look like Christ followers, but they all have a light behind them. Like, when you went down, you had a lot of people following and supporting you, and they're going to rise right back up with you. I'm getting that when people connect with you, you bless them in ways that cannot be counted. The love of God in Christ, and Christ is your default setting. So you have a lot of NPCs walking around in autopilot. Their reality is to contribute to the matrix. Okay, but because you serve God, your reality is in God and your inheritance is from God. You're inheriting the kingdom from God. You went through the whole process. That's what I'm getting. And you're rising back up so much stronger and so much more powerful than when you went down. Your blessings are going to be your new best friend. Knight of Candles is you might not realize it. Maybe you feel like you're a loner with this Jonah card, this Jonah energy, Jonah being trapped. Someone's feels like they're trapped underwater, they can't breathe. But God is sending air your way. You're a leader. And there are a whole lot of people like you, whether they're following you or also leading as well, following Christ. There's a lot of people who have the same spirit of Christ, who are coming together and rising back up. You're top tier with Christ. As you abide in him, he abides in you. You're receiving the same inheritance that he receives. Okay? So that's the message I got here. And also got a quote that escalated quickly. Like, whoever it was that tried to keep you on the ground, they tried to pin you down, you turned into something more so quickly. And it, also with this plant, it lays dormant under the earth until it's exposed to the sun. So I feel like this happened when Christ went to hell. When he died on the Christ, he went to hell. And I feel like you're rising back up with him. I feel like he touched you in some way. He touched your heart, touched your spirit, and you're rising back up with him. Okay. So you have Queen of Water, the Star, Knight of Water, the Dreamer in reverse, and 6 of Water. Well, 6 of Air. But I'm still feeling like there's a lot of water energy here. This could even be considered 6 of Water. With this Jonah energy, like someone definitely feels like they were left out at sea. Maybe you feel like some Something that you were following behind sent you into a place that wasn't really meant for you. Like they didn't really have the organization set up, but they didn't have the system set up to help you once you got all the way out here. Like I'm seeing the billionaire submarine. It was just like there wasn't enough help for you. And you were sent out basically like an anchor, like someone was throwing you underwater to go find this gold for them, like a pirate ship. But they didn't see you pop back up and they just moved on to the next. Like King David laying with after he lost his first son because of what he did with Bathsheba's wife or Bathsheba's husband. He sent her husband off to war so that he can have a baby with her. He wanted to marry her, keep him for himself. The baby that they had together didn't make it. But the very next verse, after we find out that he lost his baby, and he said, "Well, I was mourning when he was dead, but now that I was mourning when there was a chance that he could live, but now that he's dead, I'm celebrating. There's no point in mourning anymore." I feel like whoever it was, like they thought they got rid of you and it was over and done with. Like that was the only consequence of their actions is you being gone. That's essentially what they wanted. The very next verse is Solomon being born. And Solomon was so great. He's even compared to Christ. Christ compares himself to Solomon. He says he's even greater than Solomon. So I feel like you're on a level, like you're on a very high level because of what you've been through and somebody trying to get rid of you. Like you're a star because of this anger that you've been holding on to and you're releasing it now. That energy of releasing this anger that most people can't even afford to store, let alone hold on to, and or let alone release. You releasing this energy is so much more powerful and it's putting you into a new place. Like it's lifting you out of the water and sending you into the air. That's the vibe I'm getting. And also with this plant being an invasive species, it's like almost like I'm hearing a helicopter now, like the way the leaflets were falling from the sky, like it's a new day. Something new is happening. And when people start to see you drop from the sky, I'm hearing hollies, we fall on clouds. Like when you glitch or flinch or change your mood in any way, it changes everything. The whole environment, everybody around you is like, whoa, like the ground just shifted. What's going on? Because you're in such a high level and in such a high space, your frequency is so powerful. People are leaning on you and not realizing that you have control over what's going on. They feel like you're a rock. They feel like you're so stable that they can build empires and kingdoms on top of you. But what I'm getting about love is not free. Your love is not free. They're going to have to pay for it. What they've done to you, even building themselves on you, building their self-esteem and their character on you, their personality on you, even for these people who are shifting with you and calling themselves you, mirroring you and pretending that your energy is theirs. They're going to have to pay for that in some way. So I'm just going to close up this energy. It's very powerful here. Pull a few more cards. Set up a system so that they can pay fairly. For some of y'all, you're going to be going into business. Set up a system for them. They're going to want to keep you around. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. You've definitely went through that process of giving your life for something that you believe in, going all the way for this. With this hanged man, Peter's crucifixion, he followed Christ all the way to the cross. This is what Jesus told him to do, pick up his own cross, and he was crucified right along with Christ. And there's a lot of people following you. What you're doing is hard. I feel like you don't have to pretend anymore. You don't have to pretend like what you're doing is easy because it's very difficult and it shows. But you're doing it, and also you're doing it without trying to get attention. So you don't need attention for what you're doing. You're gonna draw in this energy. I want to say under the cover of darkness, but people can still see what you're doing. You can start working on your dream career part-time while keeping your other job to pay the bills. Soon your dream career will take flight and fully support you. Look at that, take flight. Like there is something here. This energy is about you taking flight. Your energy is Very significant, very powerful. You may be a dreamer. You may be just planning this. What's going on with you? You may be just planning, but it's coming to pass and something real is happening here. So there's a few more cards. I'm wondering if I should take it or save it for the next one. We have detox your friendships. Obstacles and blocks are lifted. Raise or promotion. Okay. So whatever this block was, whoever these people were that were holding you underground, trying to make you feel like you were drowning, or basically trying to get rid of you in so many words, they really wanted to see you fall into the ground. Those people are being removed from your life, and you're receiving this promotion. You're being lifted up into the sky, and I feel like you're you're ascending in such a way that people around you are gonna have to let go because they're just not ready to be where you are. Like you're as light as air right now. Anything else for this? Yeah, that escalated quickly because you weren't underground for that long. And when you rise to the top, it's just like so much more is happening where you are. Anything else for this energy? So I feel like that's it for now. If you enjoyed that message, you can subscribe, like, comment to see more of this content to interact. You can also join my members only to receive this content in advance. And I think that's all for now. If there's anything else, book a reading with me. Personal. I do look forward to working with you personally. If this is something you are interested in, just leave a comment and I'll contact you. I'll get right back in contact with you right away. Okay, so that's the energy I have for this reading. I hope it was enjoyable and useful to your situation in some way. And I'm going to move on to the next one. See you next time. Hi, Pal 2. All right, so your energy is pretty cautionary. There's a warning that anything happening right now is temporary. Like if there's anything negative going on in your life, it's temporary, and for you to wait for the positive flow to move forward. So the original message was, don't count it bad. Like if something bad happens to you, don't think that is a bad thing. And I kind of switched that around to say don't, or all joy, because the thing with this negativity is like it slows you down, and the enemy is trying to get you to operate in that energy. So he's throwing obstacles your way and trying to throw you off in some way and hoping that you'll push through this negativity so that you'll meet resistance and things will get worse and worse for you. But the issue that's being thrown your way is not real. It's like it's a temporary hold. The message is don't behave like a bandit, behave like a queen, behave like the queen or king that you are, and the universe will recognize you immediately and you'll have access to everything that's yours. So I feel like there's someone who's kind of being held outside the gate because you're surrounded by people who don't belong where you're going. And it's like, well, who is this person? Who are these people with you? Okay, you have 3 of feathers and then 3 of candles in reverse. 33 stands out here, 45, 23, 38. Okay, so I feel like with this energy, like you're doing what you're supposed to do and you're moving in the direction you're supposed to be going, but things might feel like they're slowing down. I'm gonna pull one more card. It's not really slow. Then you have 8 of candles and 10 of candles. So there's a lot of fiery energy here. All right. So yeah, the vibe is that things are coming in your way, like meant to slow you down, but there's a reason for this. Like you're supposed to be resting, and God is giving you comfort from all ends. This comfort is you letting go of this objective and behaving in your throne like energy and your royalty. Because if you keep pushing, 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 it's going to show desperation, and your identity is not going to look like who you really are. So you want the universe to recognize you so that you can gain access. Okay. So we have rebellion against David, the call of Abram, Philip an Ethiopian, and Jeremiah's burden. I just feel like this burden is going to be lifted, and it's not even a real burden. Like, it could be psychological. You have 10 of Earth in reverse. Prosperity, security, tradition. Yeah, it's almost like who I'm talking to is a child of God. And that means that the earth is yours. The earth belongs to you. You are an inheritant. You are uh, a kinsman of God, and you inherit the earth. So you don't have to behave like, oh my God, is this going to happen for me? Is this going to work out? Am I going to get what I want? Like, you don't have to behave in that stressful energy. Mistakes, melodrama, reassessment. So it seems like there could have been something like maybe you put in the wrong password to your account and you got locked out of your account and you forgot your password and things just keep piling up. Like, you got to verify this, that, and the other information you might not have on hand. And it's like it just keeps piling up. Because if you wait and pull back and just rest in the confidence of God, it'll be clear that, okay, this is not a bandit. This is not a hacker. A hacker keeps pushing until they get what they want because that's all they can think about is the money or whatever else they're thinking about that they're trying to steal because it doesn't belong to them. But when it belongs to you and you already have so many other blessings to fall back into the comfort of God and the peace and clarity that comes from God, you don't have to push. And then the system will say, okay, well, it's been 24 hours. You can go ahead and try the password again, or you can, change whatever else it is that you're trying to do. Somebody could be changing their name. Okay. So let's get a couple more cards for you. And then I have this picture here of a queen, but I wasn't clear if it was a slave or a queen. So I feel like that energy is present here today, that someone really has to behave like who they truly are, or it might not be clear that you're the one who's supposed to be accessing these blessings that are already yours, that are going to rain down on you. Abundance, action. So whatever mistake you made, just let it slide. Forgive yourself because God forgives you. People who don't know that they're forgiven behave like criminals because they keep thinking they're bad. If it was a mistake that you at the end of the world because your Father loves you. So you keep moving forward, or you take a break, take a rest, and move forward when it's time. Okay, one more card. Let's see what wants to come out. I feel like this one wants to come out. All right, the Two of Water. Partnership, commitment, or reconciliation. So you have a partnership coming in to carry this burden with you, to share this burden with you. So, and then there's a child here. So I feel like this is a project, something that you carry around, push around, like a child that you care about. And it's like maybe that child is crying or that project needs more attention. The more you pay attention to it, the more attention it wants, and you're gonna have help with that. Your faith has saved you. Go in peace. And then we have a child here. So it could be you behaving in your childlike innocence and reverting back to your childlike innocence, and not regressing, but just letting go of problems that aren't really yours. Okay. There's something else going on with this child. Yeah, okay, so yeah, some people want to treat you like a mother or father, like they're trying to make you a parent of theirs, and I feel like that's not your responsibility. You have declutter. You'll feel better and more focused if you take time to clear away clutter from your life. So, yeah, I feel like the clutter, this burden that could be on your back is it can disappear overnight. It's very temporary. All of these roadblocks or everything that keeps popping up is just like it's an automatic reflex to the system that's trying to push out anything that doesn't seem like it belongs there. And if you continue to behave, for anybody that's resonating with this energy, if you behave in a mistake, like I made a mistake, I'm doing something wrong, even if it's prosperity, even if you're like going after money and getting money, but you feel guilt towards it, like, oh, I shouldn't be only thinking about money or concentrating on money, but you should. You're a queen, you're royal, you're a king. Like, you should be thinking about money, wealth, and prosperity. These are normal things to have. It's not normal to be impoverished. So someone needs to hear this to operate in that royalty, and things will just start opening up. Everything in your path will just make way, like parting like the Red Sea, because that's the way it should be for you. And that's the energy that you should be operating in, not what the enemy is setting before you. Okay, don't push through the negativity. That's the overall message, and I hope that was helpful to someone. If so, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you want to see more of the content. You can also join members only for receiving these messages in advance, and there's some other bonuses that I'm adding as I go. Also, you can book a personal reading with me if you'd like to leave a message in the comments, and I'll get back to you right away and we can work something out so we can touch base on that as well. All right, so that's the energy here. Just stay positive. Prosperity, abundance, commitment is all on the way. All right, you just got to sit back and let it fall into your lap. All right, so that's all for now, and I'll see you in the next one. Hi, Pile 3. Okay, so I'm actually really nervous getting this message out, so I'm just gonna try and go smoothly and take my time so that I remain in one piece. All right, that is bless and do not curse. So, all right. To whom much is given, much is expected. He gives and he takes away. So someone is recognizing the power and influence they have over others, especially people who hurt them. And there's a warning to grip the ego because the ego doesn't see the big picture. All right, so you're receiving resources, materials, and laborers to do the Lord's work and helping to build his kingdom. The message here is fear the Lord, because if he sees that you are getting caught up in black magic, punishing people, and not doing good, he's going to take it all away. So that's the original message that I heard. And then meditating over this energy and just really feeling the spirit with this vibe. And I'm just thinking like, well, you know, just whatever you're doing, like, you have to stand up for yourself. I feel like in the moment when you stand up for yourself, you may be receiving some backlash because there is some miscommunication here as to who is for you and who is against you. Okay. So, but the overall energy is to have more compassion and grace for others and yourself and get rid of limiting beliefs. So it's like there's some resistance here. Someone is telling you, God, for some people, could be telling you to just hold tight and don't get caught up in the energy, because people are trying to fight you knowing that you're doing well and you're doing good, and they want to start a fight with you because that negative energy, if you use your good for evil, it's going to backlash on you because you're the only one that's responsible. You're the only one that knows what you're doing. You're the only one that knows better. All right. So it says, get rid of any limiting belief, anything stopping you from reaching and remaining in contact with your full potential and in contact and connected to your higher self. Because God's going to use you regardless if you feel good or bad about the situation. I know this is deep, pile 3, but just bear with me here. Okay, so some people could be feeling like there are chessboards surrounding you, and every move you make, like checkmate. All right, like they're watching your every move, every fiber of your being, they're studying, and it's very clear and obvious that this is happening. So just hold tight because you're pushing through this, whatever it is. And on the other side of this energy, this negative toxic energy, are people who have already gone through what you've been through. And it's really important that you remain in one piece. Like, have your wits about you, have your wits about you, remain sane. Don't lose your sanity over these people, whoever this is bothering you. Okay. Yeah, and also I heard earlier you could have been someone's tall glass of water, but now you're a straw drinking their blood. That's for some people because it really was getting really intense. Okay, you got King of Candles, King David. Yeah, it's like people are trying to fight you, but they don't realize how important you are and that you have a purpose to fulfill. They're very delusional and they're operating in a delusional energy. They could be hallucinating. They could have serious mental issues when it comes to focusing and minding their own business. They just can't. They're constantly worried about you. 10 of Grains. But you're using this in some way. God's promise to Abraham. You're using other people's attention to get what you want. This is going to be helping you to manifest because the energy is very serious. It's almost kind of threatening. Like you have so much power right now, and there's so many eyes on you that it's really important that you don't turn rogue. Like you don't go rogue and start using black magic and things like that. Because I felt like somebody was putting a curse on somebody, and the message is to bless and not curse. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be the ones receiving those blessings. You're going to be the one receiving those curses if you decide to curse somebody. You do have the power to curse people, but they're not receiving any of this. They're receiving whatever they're doing for, their own karma. Basically, you're going to receive the karma of your own actions. So I feel like it's just like, stay strong. Yeah, you are going through some things. You do have people stalking you and harassing you and following you around. And for some people, it's like, you might not even notice that the human eye was capable of tracking so closely. Like, we're not even talking about the satellites and what it takes to invent things like that and all these tracking devices. People's actual cornea can look through walls and they're watching you. You could be very smart, very intellectual, very determined, very motivated because you have a life, you have goals, and that's what you're doing. You're minding your business, and other people are minding your business as well. So it's like, don't stop because you could use all that focus and blow this town out of the water, blow this city or whatever it is that's gathering around you, this mob of people following you with negative intentions. You could do the worst. But we're going to use this energy for good. You have 10 of water. Look at that. A loving family, blessings, love, family. Like you could do so much better with this energy than feed into someone else's negative energy. And I feel like the one who's warning you is basically their leader. Whoever this is their shepherd. He's the one that's putting them up to these schemes and plots and tricks, and he's getting entertainment out of it. He's also the one pretending that he doesn't know what's going on. Then you have wise counselor. So stay close to your heart, stay close to your faith, and know that you're protected because whoever this guy is that's putting these people up against you, this could be a boss or some type of an employer, or this could be a neighbor, governor, or whoever this person is that's in control or in charge. He's hiding back in the shadows, and he may even try to extend a helping hand and say, look, come over here if you need some help if people are bothering you and upsetting you. And then he's going to be the very first one to pretend like none of it is going on. So I feel like it's just more frustration involved here. And once you let go of it, let go of their issues, let go of their mental problems, their hallucinations and delusions, and stay focused on what you're doing because what you're actually doing is important. Let you allow your light to shine brightly. You inspire others. Forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done and trust that God loves you unconditionally. So this could be for someone who maybe already cursed somebody because I also saw some signs that things are coming to pass. Like if you put negative words on somebody, those words have taken root and are starting to affect their lives in ways that they can't reverse. But I feel like you can reverse it if you repent and ask for forgiveness, because at the end of the day, this is your flock and you don't want to hurt people that you could love instead. Like there might not be any other incentive but just to have love in your heart rather than hatred. And there's no denying that they may be deserving of your hatred, but you don't deserve to hate anybody. It's going to affect you more than them because they're excited. They love negative energy. Okay. So let's get a card from Christ, words of Christ. And they have no idea what you can do with this. This energy, negative or positive, you have the ability to alchemize and turn it into something good for you and the bigger picture. What are your real goals in life besides getting caught up in these unstable people or individuals? Seek you first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all things shall be added to you. Yeah. Keep working for the kingdom. And that's what the message is. The message is you are receiving resources and blessings in abundance because of the responsibility that you have. So if it starts to add up that you're not fulfilling your promises to God, you're going to start seeing things dwindle. Like, well, maybe you won't get as much attention. Even if 1% of that attention is negative, you don't want to lose all the good that's coming with the bad. Okay, love one another as I have loved you. And it's tough. It's tough to love, but it's so worth it. And that's what puts you at an advantage, because you can love. And that's also why these people are drawn close to you. They're attracted to your love, even if they don't know what to do with it. They have no idea what to do with your love and your attention and your affection, but they do see it, and that's what draws them close to you. And you don't want to lose that, not just for their attention, but for your own well-being. Even being safe from your own thoughts. You want your thoughts to stay positive. You don't want to start plotting evil against people. So that's the energy. It's pretty tough. Okay, God's punishments have not reformed. Okay, yeah. So I feel like that's pretty much overall what the vibe is. Temptation of Christ. Yeah. Like, just stay in a positive light, stay on that good vibe and that good frequency, despite people pulling and tugging on your energy, because they don't have a clue or an idea of what you're capable of. Either way, good or bad, they don't know what they're doing. All right, so that's the energy I have for you. If you enjoyed that message, you can book a personal reading, subscribe, like, comment, share. You can also join my members only to receive this content in advance. Okay. So, all right, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.